Welcome to Jerkums. As early as 2016, Disney had planned to shoot a live-action remake of The Little Mermaid, and in 2019, director Rob Marshall talks about Halle Bailey to be cast as Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and as soon as the news is announced, there was an uproar on the internet. Many people think it's inappropriate for changing Ariel's appearance. The main reason is that casting an African-American character is not faithful to the original, despite everyone's repeated statements that race and skin color never matter. The mermaid is just a fictional character, but almost the entire internet is involved in this hate and opposition. There's a lot of backlash to this remake starring Black Ariel. Movie trailers on YouTube alone have amassed over 1 million dislikes. Some even launched a massive backlash on Twitter with the hashtag #NotMyAriel to express dissatisfaction with this role choice. Halle Bailey, who plays the live-action version of Ariel, inevitably attracted the curse and ridicule of countless netizens. There are also various malicious jokes or memes appearing on the internet to criticize her appearance, although Marshall revealed that all decisions were made fairly, without any bias or partiality. According to him, Halle Bailey's singing voice and talent were the main reasons why he was chosen, because Halle Bailey had already touched him deeply when she auditioned to sing the theme song of The Little Mermaid, and said that he couldn't help crying when she finished singing, because her singing was full of affection, and it was immediately clear that she embodied all the character traits Ariel represents. Not only that, Marshall also mentioned his casting philosophy. It's about finding the best actor for the role that includes everyone and every race. But for Marshall's explanation, most netizens do not accept and couldn't stop the war. There are still people criticizing this casting one after another because it is different from the image of Ariel they understand. They think Ariel should have been white instead of black. They were disturbed by dark-skinned people playing fictional roles and said it was the result of excessive American political correctness to emphasize the injustice and dissatisfaction with this casting. In fact, the history of political correctness in the United States can be traced back to the progressivist movement. In the early 20th century, some social activists and scholars at the time began to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion behaviors. In the 1960s, the civil rights and anti-war movements furthered the concept of political correctness and emphasized opposition to racism, sexism, and other forms of social injustice. In the 1980s, American academic circles began to describe an emerging social movement and use the term political correctness. This movement emphasizes the use of gender-neutral, race-free and non-religious language to avoid discrimination and prejudice. In the early 1990s, political correctness became a public topic. It has also roused extensive discussions and controversies in the political and cultural fields. Some feel that the politically correct movement is too extreme and suppresses the right to free speech and free thought, or that it focuses too much on individual rights and ignores other important issues. Generally speaking, there are many people who believe that this casting is an example of excessive American political correctness. The reason is that most of the Ariel we have seen in the past are white-skinned images, so most people think that the film producers just forcibly changed the character settings simply to achieve the so-called political correctness. Therefore, many people are disappointed and angry with the producers' decisions and actions, and even think that this film will damage how viewers remember the original film and ruin their childhood. But what if we open our minds a bit to look at this matter? Maybe you can find different results. In fact, the story of The Little Mermaid originated from a fairy tale written by the Danish author Hans Christian Andersen and was first published in 1837. However, the costume design and art style of The Little Mermaid, produced by Disney in 1989, mostly referred to European culture and fashion. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, in Hans Christian Andersen's original, Ariel is not necessarily red-haired and white-skinned. The appearance written in Andersen's original is that her skin is clear and delicate rose leaf, her eyes are blue like the deepest sea, but she has no feet. Her body ended in a fish's tail. Therefore, the images of Ariel we generally think of now, such as white skin, red hair and shells, are only inherent images produced by later adaptations and descriptions. Or have you ever imagined a possibility that maybe we are being or have been subtly influenced by history and political ideas without realizing it? For example, what is your first thought about this photo? I think it is difficult for most people to associate Ariel in The Little Mermaid with Halle Bailey, who has dark skin. If the problem isn't all about racism, then what is the main reason? As mentioned above, a large part of Disney's The Little Mermaid is based on the cultural background of the late 19th and early 20th centuries as a reference, which also includes scenes set of 19th century European port towns. In fact, African Americans did not gain relative equal rights until the 1960s, when the U.S. Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act were amended. Prior to this, all African Americans over the United States were mainly engaged in some relatively low-end jobs in society, and their employment opportunities and status were relatively low. because of the overlapping influence between the cultural background in the movie and the historical culture at that time, cause most people cannot accept and agree with Halle Bailey, who has dark skin, to be cast as Ariel in The Little Mermaid for the first time. Although there are various disputes, the 23-year-old singer and actor has expressed on various occasions how dream come true and beloved the role has been for her. Halle Bailey once confessed that she was obsessed with The Little Mermaid growing up and often used the home videotape to watch the 1989 Disney blockbuster over and over again, and imagined that she was Ariel every time she went swimming. Before that, there was only one other black actor has been crowned a Disney princess. Therefore, Halle Bailey understands the importance of wearing Ariel's footsteps, then breaking the inherent concepts and barriers, because she hopes that all little girls who have princess dreams like her can understand that they are special and have the right to be princesses. From the perspective of movie promotion, I believe Disney has indeed succeeded. The topic of casting has entered the public's field of vision, and it has also had a strong social response. As for whether it is suitable for Halle Bailey to play the live-action version of Ariel, the public's evaluation may no longer matter, because action is the best proof. After all, compared to external conditions, acting, attitude, and talent are the most important factors to measure a good actor, and breaking the inherent thinking is an indispensable part of the process of growth and progress. Just like the ancient Greek mathematician Pythagoras put forward the concept that the earth is round, it will take centuries to prove and be recognized by the public. So, if you can also try to look at this matter without some inherent concepts, maybe you will discover the beauty of another side. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on the notification so that you won't miss any news. See you again in next video. Bye.